My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our ever-loving Sai Ma, and most loving Sai Rams to all of you. And today I'm going to share a very beautiful learning that Swami gave us. This was way back in 2005, and there was a play from All India to be presented to Swami. And I believe all of us know that different states are given their parts to prepare and perform. And then children from all over the country are there on the final day to present the play, and so were Delhi children. And my daughter, the elder one, Saishri, was taking part in it. And my younger one was a naughty toddler then, just above a year old. And so the play begins, and it is beautiful, and we have lovely big TV screens throughout the Kulwant Hall, and with the small child, knowing all the rules and regulations, I was sitting towards the back so that if Nandini wails, then I can just simply get up and go behind. But she slept off. And she never would sleep, even on a long journey, she would not sleep. So here itself, we see how Swami takes care of the little doubts that we have in our hearts and minds. Now, to the second step to her sleeping, she was, the cozy bed that she needed was not there. It was hard floor or my lap that she would be able to sleep in while the play was going on. And we had to sit almost about 2 hours prior to the play was to begin. And Delhi was very near to the last quarter, the beginning of the last quarter of the play. And it is so seamlessly performed that you don't get to know if the children from different states are performing a scene at all. You don't get to know. But as a mother, I was anxious to see my own daughter come to the stage and perform in front of Swami. That was the main aim, to have the blessings of Bhagwan literally showering his love and the how would I put it? How would I? The loving eyes of Swami would reach everybody, but just the added charm of having my daughter perform along with other children was an added advantage. So now, before Delhi is to perform, suddenly the student who was standing behind Swami's wheelchair, then Swami was in a wheelchair already, he simply very fastly just slides Swami's chair back, into the mandir premises, and my heart sinks, thinking what is now going to happen, because these children have also prepared and they want to see you sitting there and perform in front of you for you. And of course, I start to cry and try to gag myself with my dupatta so that everybody else around me doesn't hear me, loudly cry. And but what I could see on the screens, like there was a screen just left of me, and I'm looking in the screen, and all these girls, tiny little girls, are beautifully dressed. They're dancing to their fullest devotion, just the way they were taught, not to look here and there, have a smile on their face, not to be deterred by whatever is happening around them. And Swami's chair is not coming back. He's just not coming to see the performance. So these girls perform. It was a 2.5, 3 minute dance that they were all doing in a group. And they're about to exit, and the next state children for the next scene are entering. Just as the other children enter, Swami's chair is back and Swami is back. And there's a huge round of applause, huge round of applause. I'm applauding and crying at the same time, and thinking, why, Swami, why was it that you were not there physically to look at these children perform? These are all your children too. And of course, the play then got me engrossed, and for a moment I forgot. But the tears kept rolling down, and the play ended, and it was beautiful. And there was one more thing that I had always, or I was told that after the play gets over, Swami gets a picture clicked with all the children of different scenes, and he's in the center, and children surround and they get a picture with him. But that did not happen that year. So after the performance is over, after the darshan is over, after Aarti is over, we all come out, and there was a spot where we had all told all the children to come and all the mothers to gather there, and we all meet, and all the mothers start to cry. Children till then did not know that Swami's chair or Swami's presence was not there during their performance. When they get to know, they start to cry along with the mothers. Somehow pacified all the children, went back to the residences, and we were all staying in the ashram. So we all decided to go to Nandini Auntie's room, which was, on the way to our respective rooms. And so 40 odd children, or maybe more, and their mothers and their gurus, everybody enter Nandini Auntie's room, and she was lying down about to retire, and all of us crying, wailing, enter and say, Swami ne humko nahi dekha, auntie, Swami ne humko nahi dekha. Everybody is like this, very upset. She also started to cry. She said, थोड़ी देर उनको भी अच्छा नहीं लगा सुन करके. Then she composed herself and she said, स्वामी ने एक बहुत बड़ा लेसन दिया है तुमको. हमेशा बोलते रहते हैं कि मेरे फिजिकल फॉर्म के साथ अटैच मत हो, और आज तुम्हारा परफॉर्मेंस उन्होंने देख करके और खुश हुए होंगे कि तुम लोग बिना अटके, बिना कहीं रुके अपना परफॉर्मेंस फुलेस्ट दे करके आए हो. So everybody was a little quiet, and then auntie asks again, तो तुम्हारा दिल्ली का जो हेडिंग था तुम्हारे लिए जो आया था, it was only music and dance on that, no lyrics, no nothing, only instrumental music. तो तुम्हारा जो पोर्शन आया था प्ले के लिए, उसका नाम क्या था? And we are all trying to remember, and some mother said it was do good, be good, see good. And that is when we all realized that it was not just the heading of the dance performance for the children to practice on and showcase, it was a lesson for life. And all those tiny children also had a smile on their face after that. And we realized that every phrase, every word has so much deeper a meaning to it. Not just the physical sound of the words, but much more than that. And till date, I hold a very beautiful memory of that performance. Now coming to 2010, Swami's visit to Delhi, and this time my younger one gets to perform. Oh. And she was all of 5.5 years, and the play was to be performed in Dwarka, and this was the story, I forget the story, but the part that my younger one had to play was that of a joker. It was an adaptation, now I remember, it was an adaptation of the story of Munshi Premchand, Eidgah, where, the grandson gets a paisa or two and he goes to the mela which is being held in the nearby village, and where all the other children are, enjoying themselves and eating all the goods that they can buy from the money, the pocket money they've got. This little boy is looking for a chimta, because his dadi would be making roti on the chula and dadi's hands would get burnt. So he goes and buys a chimta so that he can use it. And since it was the scene of a mela, so there were jokers, and so 4 of these children were made jokers. And see, as little as we know, we were all backstage and waiting for Swami to come. And then Saishri was singing. She was one of the main singers in the bhajan singers. And the bhajans were going on till Swami would, of course, come to the premises. And so now that hidden desire is always there. आप दर्शन होते हैं, but सेवा में नहीं जाते, पाद नमस्कार नहीं मिलता. Close view, Nandini ने तो देखा ही नहीं है. Saishi has still sat for darshan. So how is it possible that Swami, she can also be blessed with a very close darshan of yours? So prayers answered, And backstage, there's a huge ramp on which Swami's car rolls in. And before Swami's car rolls in, these four jokers by the guru in charge has been instructed to stand at one spot backstage. And there was a huge poster which said, which was an invitation and welcoming Swami for the play. And these four jokers were literally the size of the poster. They could only hold it up till here, and four of them with that width standing, holding that poster. And they were made to stand. And of course, nobody can question the guru in charge, or the Balvikas gurus, about what the instruction is being given to the children. And I was seeing it all from behind a curtain. And the door opens of Swami's car. The first thing that happens is that Swami's drishti falls on these four children. And that dream comes true of my children, I mean, my younger one also, being in such close proximity of Swami. So again, asking without asking when he gives. So imagine what all he can give us when we ask for it. So that was another beautiful experience. I'd like to end here. Saira.